Conquer is going to be there. Chicago's is going to be there. It's not running away. We need to learn to start respecting other people's wishes to stay in. You would only see what we allowed you guys to see. Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Quick disclaimer before we start. It's super hot where I am, so if you see me sweating, just know that I'm fighting for my life out here. Also, my dad decided to get turkeys, so if you hear noise outside, it's the turkeys. Okay, good. Anyway, today we're going to be doing another healing diaries video. If you're new to this channel, I normally do these videos where I just sit here and talk to the camera about stuff that bothers me or stuff that I go through that I feel like other people might be going through or might relate to in some way. I also do other stuff like vlogs and fashion related content, so if you like stuff like that, please feel free to subscribe and stay. Since we're now in December, like, it's inevitable we'll start seeing those memes for, hey, let's go out to groove, hey, let's go, hey, this December we're going to be outside. And also going to be seeing those memes for people who are not outside, who are like, hey, us, we're going to be at home, shiny. Obviously, like, not everyone's going to be outside, and that's okay. That's what I wanted to talk about today. For some people, they're not going to be going out just because, like, they don't have money, they don't have friends to go out with, stuff like this, or they are not allowed, like they come from super strict houses and stuff like that. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're going to be talking about those people who just don't like moving up and down. They don't like going to clubs, they don't like going out for lunch and stuff like that. I should know because I am one of those people. Don't get me wrong, okay? I, for one, love going out for a little kiki, a little lunch with my friends, a late night movie and stuff like that. But that doesn't change the fact that to my core, deep down, I'm a homebody. I love being at home. I love being inside more than anything else in the world. And I've noticed that especially this year. I know it's going to sound ironic that I've noticed I love being at home more in a year when I've been at school with a lot of freedom and stuff like that. But it's just, I don't know what it is, but this year my anxiety has like skyrocketed. Like, in the past, yes, I used to get like a bit anxious or just a bit nervous when I went to shop, like whether it's checking out at the counter, going to the bank. I even used to feel scared to go to the ATM. Now, you guys, my best friend can attest to this. I cannot function outside. I don't know why. Whether it's buying a ticket at the movie theater, even that at the counter for ShopRite, you guys, it scares me so much. Like, I feel like that's a discussion for another video. I think I even mentioned in my last vlog that going to the library became hard for me during the last days of my test because I was so scared to be outside, you guys. I don't know what happened. Just the idea of moving up and down, interacting with people, even just walking next to people in a crowd started scaring me from nowhere. I'm like, we need to discuss this at some point. But anyway, back to the main topic of today's video. I think me being a homebody mainly stems from the fact that I never really had home friends growing up. Most of my childhood, if I wasn't in school, talking to people in school, my classmates and stuff like that, I was at home playing with my dolls in their room. Probably why I don't know how to play Chiato. Anyway, I rarely went to other people's houses to like play and stuff like that unless they're a relative. I always hosted sleepovers at my place rather than going to somebody else's place for a sleepover. I think I've only ever gone to my best friend's place for a sleepover, now that I think about it. And I didn't really start going for chills. Oh my god, even just saying that word sounds so cringe now. Ugh. I didn't start going for chills until like grade 10. Speaking of which, where do kids even go these days? Because I know like we used to crowd Manda Hill, you guys. I've been sounding old, but this was just like 2019. Anyway, because of that, I got used to being alone and I learned how to enjoy my own company. It's only nowadays when I somewhat get FOMO when I see other people being outside and doing stuff while I'm inside. I just can't hide the fact that I like myself. Sorry if that sounded narcissistic to you, but it's just true. Like, yes, sometimes my mind is a really dark place and I don't like being alone with my thoughts for too long. That's why my Spotify Wrapped showed that I had listened to music. I know that was like 50-something thousand minutes because I'm always in headsets. I can't sit down, otherwise I'll start overthinking. That still doesn't take away from the fact that my mind is just a really creative, wonderful, imaginative place that always comes up with ways for me to entertain myself. I recently learned the term maladaptive daydreaming from TikTok.
Maladaptive adaptive daydreaming is when you're kind of like watching a movie. Like, it's not just all in your head. Like, you can see it and you can also direct what's going on, and you have full control over what's happening, and it's so realistic that you get lost in the daydream and you can forget what's reality and what's a daydream.
Which I didn't know this was the thing that other people do, but apparently it happens, where you don't just daydream, but you daydream to a point where you're not just sitting in place and daydreaming, like you're acting out those dreams. You can clearly see all these ideas that you have in your head, like playing out in front of you. Let me just be honest here. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. My mom would always reprimand me for talking to myself or sitting alone in the corner and zoning out. But honestly, what's the problem with me sitting and pretending I'm on Jimmy Fallon? Like,
wow.
I'm not hurting anybody, really. Like, over the years, I've come across people who genuinely can't be alone. Like, they can't just sit at home. And I bet you guys know them too. You know those people who were sitting at home on a Saturday for 2 seconds, you just see them east past anybody on their status. Guys, your parents worked hard for you to have that house that you're living in, but you can't sit in that house. You just want to be outside in the streets. Sit down, watch TV, talk to your siblings. If things get really bad, go outside, you go slash the grass, please. I've noticed this has also led to a lot of people not having hobbies. And when I say hobbies, I mean genuine hobbies. Like, you can't even read a book because you're always on WhatsApp asking people, what are we doing tonight? We need to learn to start respecting other people's wishes to stay in. Some of your friends have started ignoring you because they know that whenever you call, whenever you text, it's where are we getting drinks? Where are we going today? Hey, Friday, what are the plans? You even go to the extent of mocking people who have quiet interests. Like, yes, he likes watching anime and he's having just as much, if not more fun than you. Deal with it. Let me just go on the record. I think I got a little triggered. Let me just say that I'm not trying to demonize people who like going out or just the idea of going out itself. Dare I say it's even necessary. Studies have been done showing that people aren't really going out and socializing anymore ever since the pandemic. Gen Z in particular don't really know how to socialize with other people because we're always inside, we're always on our phones. We don't take the time to talk to each other face to face and form those bonds that we need to form a community. I will link some studies down below in case you're interested in reading more about that. So yes, it is important to go outside and socialize and talk to people, just as it is important to sit inside and stay home. And lastly, this is more so going to be a rant based on me personally. I think social media has brainwashed us to the point where we think that we always have to be outside because other people are also outside. Social media is not everything, guys. You don't see everything that people do. Obviously, people are not going to post everything that they do on their story, on their statuses and stuff like that. And I don't know why this even has to be explained. Like, this is something that we should know. When you just get social media, you have to have that understanding, obviously, that everything that you're going to see is carefully curated and carefully picked out by the person who's showing you these things. Personally, whenever my friends and I go out, we always get comments of people being like, hey, you guys are always doing things, you guys are always going places, hey, shiny. Like, no,
actually,
that's
no,
not
that's
the
not
truth.
the truth, Ellen.
But you people make it seem like we are always outside. Every single weekend we are out. Please be serious for once. You guys never saw us when we were in my room at school watching Queen Charlotte at 06. You guys didn't see us when we would squeeze the four of us on one tiny bed to sleep. You guys didn't see when we would pick each other up to go and study in the library. You would only see what we allowed you guys to see. I'm also guilty of that. Yes, I also see some people like going out once or twice and I'm like, if these people are always out, when that's not true. And when you do this to yourself, you are pressuring yourself to say, okay, these guys are my age, they are my peers, and they're always out, they're doing this and that. Maybe I also need to be doing this. You don't need to do that. You know that you don't like being outside. Don't be outside. Stay inside the house. Nobody is going to come point a gun at your head and be like, you need to go out. There are so many fun things you can do at home. So many. Too many to even list. It's also just important to just sit with yourself and get to know yourself better. That's why some of you get frustrated when you're in a talking stage, when they're asking you what's your favorite color, what's your favorite movie, because you don't know those things. You haven't taken the time to sit down and think about, oh, I like this, I don't like this. You're always thinking of these external factors instead of focusing more on yourself. If there's anybody who is watching this who is feeling bad about being at home, feeling left out, seeing other people having fun out there and stuff like that, there is nothing wrong with being at home. Okay? There's nothing wrong with just sitting down, watching TV, baking something, talking to your family, reading a book, finding a new hobby. Even just scrolling on TikTok at home is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no written commandment that states that in December we have to be outside. Conquer is going to be there. Chicago's is going to be there. It's not running away. Everything has a time and a place. If you want to be at home, don't let anybody tell you that being at home is boring, that you don't have a life and stuff like that. Be at home and enjoy your own company and enjoy doing what it is that you want to do. Because let me just tell you, you are going to be miserable. If you go out, you surround yourself with people you don't like in a place that you don't like, you are going to be miserable. Your friends will be having fun, they want to be there. You are going to be thinking about your blankets which you've left at home. And to the people who do like going out and don't understand that other people don't like doing it, we are all made differently. Like I said, some people are introverted, some people are antisocial. Not everybody is going to have the same interests as you. If you want to go out, go out. Your friends don't want to go out, find other friends who want to go out with you. If you don't have anyone to go out with, go alone, but just be safe, please, you guys. Please be safe. We know what happens. We know there's getting kidnapped. We know there's getting your drink spiked. There's all these things that happen. So please just be safe. You're going out on your own. I guess that's where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please be sure to like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Running on a steam every day be the same. Living like this, testing all my patience. Need a bit of you every time I drink like a love.